name's Matt Jacobson. I am the online learning coordinator for the Learning Technology Center of Illinois. Today, I'd like to share a few quick tips to help you engage your students in online learning activities that really stick with them. Let's start with micro-learning. Micro-learning is simply taking large concepts and cutting them down into smaller chunks. If we are making videos now for student learning, how long should they be? How long should our micro-learning events be? Wistia did a survey and a study of how long folks who watched videos on YouTube and other platforms actually stay engaged with those videos. And after 2 minutes, as this graph shows you, after 2 minutes, we went from about 7 in 10 still paying attention to almost 50% after 6 minutes. So during that 2 minute to 6 minute time frame, we lose our students. So what can we do to grab their attention and hold them for the length of time that we need them to be learning? Well, think of the acronym LEARNS: links, emotions, anchors, repetition, novelty, and story. Links, make sure you're linking to what students know and what is important to them. Our good friend Matt Miller has a wonderful set of blog posts on sticky learning. He and his colleagues talk about using tools like Flipgrid and Padlet and things like that to do brain dumps so that you and all of your students can learn together what students already know about topics and how they can be used to relate to whatever it is you're teaching at the time. Emotions, that old adage, people don't remember you for what you say to them. They remember how you made them feel, whether that's good or bad. Emotions are our friends when it comes to creating sticky learning. If students are made very happy, if they are made to laugh, or also the opposite, if they're angered, or if something we say challenges their preconceived notion of what is or should be, those types of activities will help make those learning experiences stickier. It will stand out in their memories because of how they were made to feel. That's a core tenet of something called constructivism. And that's something we can talk about another time. Moving on, anchors. Make sure your kids know exactly what it is that they are learning and why it is important that they learn it, not just for the test, but for real life, for things that matter to them. And as I mentioned before, link back to those, refer back to those intentionally and frequently throughout the mini lessons or series of mini lessons that you build for your students. Repetition. Now, we're not talking about that old-fashioned drill and practice, drill and kill kind of learning from the 1920s and 30s. What we're talking about here is finding ways to use the knowledge gained through micro-learning events and having students use that frequently and immediately after those learning events so that you as the teacher know what they understand and what you might need to go back and reteach in a different way in order to lay the foundation for the next set of micro lessons after that. Next is novelty. Kids get bored with the same old, same old. Switch it up. If your principal or your teacher down the halls is suggesting that you swap out that bulletin board from last August that you made during the summertime, yeah, it's probably time. Same thing with your Bitmoji classroom that has looked the same since you made it after that workshop last fall. It's probably time to change it up, or maybe not use it at all. Maybe use something completely different. Don't rely on the same old greatest hits that worked once. They may lose their, as the slide says, their novelty. And you may start to lose kids as things go on. So switch it up, keep it fresh. Last is story. If you use all these other tenets from Stella Collins throughout your lessons, you will help them create in their minds a learning story that has significant meaning to them. And that learning story will help them retrieve those specific bits of knowledge that they will need to use on a project or formative assessment at the end of those series of micro lessons.